Yo, peace, family. So this is a interesting video. Hopefully everyone's having a great day. First and foremost. So this is an interesting video, guys. This is a video that comes by way of the Wall Street Journal, WSJ, right? And it says that the people today are having less intercourse than the time of the pandemic. All right. So what that means is, what they're saying is that intercourse is on an all-time low. You know what I'm saying? People ain't hitting it like they once were. You know what I mean? And it goes to show you how people are thinking nowadays. You know, people are not really thinking in the humane factor of just being able to live their life and do things that a society would have done, like in the past years or the previous years. And the reason behind that is that people are stressed out. They're so stressed out of the shit that's going on here in this country. And stress can cause a lot of different things, man. You know, it could cause a lot of different things. And one of those things is, you know, having intercourse, right? Some people, if they stressed out, it may help some people. Like, some people can get, taken care of when you're stressed out, right? But most people are too stressed out from their issues and their problems. They don't have time to worry about it. That's how bad it is, right? And it's going to really kind of fall on the males, because the males are the drivers of intercourse when it comes to testosterone, right? Now, I had somebody that commented on one of my platforms or whatever, and they commented, they're talking about the older demographic. And then I had to comment back, I had to crack these fools. It's not the older demographic. They talking about people as a whole. They didn't specify the older demographic. People just add their 2 cents in. They don't know what the fuck they be talking about, right? Now, the like I said, stress causes cortisol level issues. When cortisol level issues are high, it makes it hard for males to be able to get to that level in order to have intercourse, if you guys know what I mean, right? I study fitness, man. I've been in fitness and doing all that shit since I was 17 and a half. And I understand how all that works. I understand that, most guys that compete have to take steroids in order to be able to function at the highest level, right? And that means on the field and off the field. That goes for bodybuilders. That goes for all athletics. That's why so many guys get caught up in cases when it comes to their craft in different fighting sports, because they know that testosterone is not no joke, right? Now, I don't want to get too far off a topic, but I say I really, make this focus more towards males, because they're the drivers of getting that shit popping, right? And obviously, the woman too, when it comes to attraction and, and feeling that vibe and all that shit. But even that, even if you do, like, and you can't, get to that level, then it doesn't even matter, right? So then you have Big Pharma. If you guys notice on your, on ads and commercials and shit like that, Big Pharma is going crazy with promoting peace pills, man. They want you to be sitting up here taking a bunch of pills and shit in order to get you right. They've been promoting that shit like crazy as of late. Because, like I said, the statistics more than likely isn't lying. Motherfuckers ain't doing shit. Ain't nobody clapping nothing. Everybody just talk, and everybody is not doing shit. You know what I'm saying? People too stressed out. They worried about their bills. They worried about, you know, being paycheck to paycheck, man. They not worried about no intercourse. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I had to let that fool know, you know, that made that comment, that no, they're not just talking about the older demographic. Obviously, we know that, well, not everybody, but people that understand how testosterone works, you know that as you get older as a male, you know, closer and closer to your 40s and then into your 50s, your testosterone declines rapidly. You know what I'm saying? However, you could definitely stop that momentum if you are A, working out, B, eating correctly, and C, doing cardio all around, taking care of the body. C, no drinking and no smoking. Okay? And that way you can postpone that testosterone from declining at a rapid pace. Now, the people that don't abide by those 3 letters that I just named out, between working out, eating, and no drinking and no smoking, they're going to get hit hard and their testosterone is going to be fucked, right? So I just kind of gave you guys, you know, some gems right there, especially to you males that are listening right now, okay? So those statistics are, in my opinion, they're correct, because like I said, the type of shit that's going on nowadays, with, you know, price increases and people, you know, sleeping in their cars. Can you imagine trying to get some cheeks and you sleeping in your car? You understand me? Like, you gotta be outside your damn mind. Ain't no chick about to give you no ass, you know, you sleeping in your damn car, or let alone a storage unit. The hell? What you talking about here? You know? So it has a lot to do with how this society is being used and abused by the elites and the oligarchs. It all goes back to them. All that shit stems back to them. Because before, decades, you know, 5 years to decades ago, people could, you know what I'm saying, they could get their business going, and, you know, this, that, and the third, and people were willing to pay for things and go here and go there. But you can't do all that shit right now, man. You got to penny pinch every single thing. Every time you turn around, somebody has to save, or they got to scale back on something. And then when they get paid again, they got to scale back, and then they got to scale back. But what about that little date you wanted to go on? What about that male or that female that you wanted to, you know, wine and dine or whatever? You can't do that shit, because you got to worry about AT&T. You got to worry about Southern California Edison. You got to worry about your rent. You know what I'm saying? So you don't have no focus for none of that shit. You understand what I'm saying? So it all ties back to, you know, understanding how shit is working nowadays, man. And I feel bad for people, man, because that's no way to live. Like, when it comes to, you know, being societal, you know what I'm saying? Like, you should be able to, you know, pay your little bills and you know, pay your mortgage and your rent, and still be able to go out and enjoy yourself and get together with the mate, you know what I'm saying? And do what society has entailed for us to do. You understand what I'm saying? Let me fix this camera here. It's tripping. And that's just not happening right now, because, like I said, it's too many people that are getting fucked over by this sorry ass Oval Office and Treasury and shit like that. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, so I'll leave it to you guys with that. Let me know what you think in the comments below. You know, like I said, I got to keep it real with you guys, and hopefully that's not a part of your situation, but majority of people are dealing with that. And yeah, let me know what you think. Remember, the small channel, but we plan on doing big things. Appreciate you rocking with me, and remember, the truth's in session. Peace.